Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, April 9th, 2012. Let's jump right into the charts here and look at the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which are trading lower by about 15 and a half points at the moment to around 1375 per contract. Pretty decent decline. This decline really came on Friday after the disappointing jobs number was released. Markets plummeted, and they've really been down here ever since. Markets have traded sharply lower on Friday morning when the futures were open, but the equity markets, the stock markets in the United States were closed. Today, markets are just starting off where they left off on Friday. So we are down sharply. It's a pretty decent move lower. Again, the job number was pretty much a disastrous number, not very good at all. And we'll see how the markets react going forward. But there are a couple of things to take note of. Last night in Asia, you pretty much had all of the Asian markets lower. The Nikkei 225 was down, I believe, almost 1.5%. The Hang Seng and the Hang Seng and the Shanghai were down just under 1%. And then you had the Indian Sensex, which is very, very important in my opinion. That was down 1.5%. So pretty good decline across the board in Asia last night, and that will definitely affect the markets here this morning. They're really just taking the lead from the U.S. markets on Friday. So again, those markets opened up last night for trading, and all sharply lower. So watch all the Asian ADRs. It doesn't matter if it's an Indian ADR like Tata Motors, or if it's an Asian ADR or a Chinese ADR like Baidu. They're all going to come under some morning pressure. There's no doubt about that, and we'll see how the markets react going forward. I think that's what you want to do today. Usually Mondays are a light volume trading day, so the markets generally have a tendency to come back. But this is a pretty good decline, and it's coming off of a high peak. So I think it's a pretty strong gap down this morning, and we'll just see how the markets play out. Now, a couple of things you want to watch for today. Gold is getting a little bit of a bounce. Take a look at the GLD this morning. I believe spot gold is up $13 to 1643 per ounce, and then you have the GLD trading around the 159.40 level. On Friday, I believe it did close at 158.31. So decent little pop there, and we'll just see how the dollar plays out today. If the dollar moves down, gold will get a little bit of a bid. If the dollar starts to move lower, if the dollar starts to move higher, gold will come back down. There's very, very little strength in gold at the moment, from what I could tell. Looking over at oil, oil is down decently today. Spot crude, or light sweet crude, I should say, West Texas crude, trading down $1.72 to 101.59. Take a look at the USO this morning. This is the United States Oil Fund. It is trading at 38.70. So a decent little pop down there too. So everything is deflating across the board, but you have to watch that dollar again. If the dollar starts to sell off or go lower, everything will inflate, including gold and oil, and we see that almost every single day if the dollar starts to pull back. This morning you'll see the dollar really not doing all that much, just trading up about 9 cents at the moment, starting to pull back a little bit here. But if the dollar starts to come in, that usually will help inflate at least commodity stocks and give a lift to the overall major stock market indexes. Now, there are a few different stocks that I've been looking at this morning. One is Sony. Sony announced that they're going to do a 10,000 person layoff globally. The stock is trading at $20.01. I'm not looking at it too much here at the moment, but if the markets hold up, this stock could get a little bit of a bid. There looks to be a lot of support still around that $19 area. So again, maybe it flushes in the morning, but keep an eye on that. There's still very, very good support around the 19 area, and then after that, if it falls lower, more support around 18. So there could be some potential scalp trades in there on Sony if the volume is decent. Let's take a look at this VHC. I'm not sure what the news was on this one, but I did see the stock was trading up decently, and it's still trading right around 24.60. So good little pop. I have a hard time seeing this thing get through the $26 level, but watch it around that level. It may get up there. I'm not really all that familiar. I've never traded this name before. I just saw that it was up in the pre-market. Let's take a look at Rand Gold. Rand Gold is having a very, very nice morning, coming off of a low base too. So coming off of a low pivot, I should say. So this stock actually has a little bit of strength. I don't want to make too much out of it because it hasn't cleared the 2650 level. That's where you're going to hit the first pretty decent resistance point. If it could get through there, then it has upside potential. But Rand Gold having a nice little start to the day, but be careful on all these gold names. If the dollar is showing strength, all the gold names will trade lower. Let's take a look at this MOH, which is Molina Healthcare. This stock is getting absolutely demolished this morning. I was looking earlier at some decent areas or levels for this name. The one that I was able to come up with was we're at 2750 now. I think you're going to have to probably look at two spots. One would be around 2550 and the other would be around 2280. Yeah, right around the $22.80 level. This could get down there. This is a very strong gap lower. So I would expect further downside in this Molina. There will be some bounces in there, but be very, very careful. The levels I just pointed out, 2250 and then 2280, look to be decent. And then it's all the way down to really the $20 area, 1982. So just realize this stock has downside potential, and you got to be careful trying to get in front of this one. Let's take a look at AOL today. America Online, AOL, the internet company, sold, I believe, a lot of patents. $1 billion worth of patents to Microsoft. Stock is getting a nice pop. It is overbought. Leave it alone. There's nothing to do here. Could even be a fade candidate, although it is a strong gap up. So I'm going to give it the upside bias today, but I don't see the stock getting above the $28 level convincingly. So just realize it's a good pop. If you own the stock, I would be taking profits right into this news. If you don't own the stock, basically leave it alone. You do not want to own this thing up here. It did trade up to $28. That would be the resistance point today if it does get up there, but there's not much I would do with it. It's a one-time sale. Good news for shareholders that already own the stock, but not good news for anybody trying to get in it. Do not chase this thing. I do not see much upside here for AOL at all. Okay, so just trying to give everybody a heads up there, but nonetheless, leave that AOL alone. That's kind of it this morning. We're not really seeing much else out there. There's some movers. Most things are weak with the futures lower. We'll leave it at that today, and we'll just see how this market plays out throughout the rest of the afternoon. But again, to start the day, we are down sharply. Futures are down 15.5 points, and we'll see where we go once the opening bell rings. I'd like to wish you all a great trading day. Hope everybody had a nice holiday, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone.